It's game time in Miami as the crowd looks to cheer on the Heat. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Charlotte Hornets. Outside, Covington. No good that time. Good D by Mobley. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Now, Ivy, after Jared Allen missed from long range. Adebayo. Good D by Mobley. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. Now he's worried it's going to be one of those nights when Donovan Mitchell just goes off. He told me it's like guarding a ticking time bomb. You never know when he's going to blow up, but you're anticipating it. So coach is expecting the best out of his team, preparing for the worst. Guys?
Thank you, David. Ivy on the wing. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's the teardrop. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. No good with the triple. Here's Mitchell. Eason grabs the board.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Here's Ivy. That shot, no good.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Eason grabs the board.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
Now here's Wiggins. Pass to Eason. Miami no good on that time either.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Hunter with it, and Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
For your Heat squad.
Screen by Allen. Mitchell's shot is good.
And this is what Mitchell delivers for his team. He's an efficient shooter you can rely on for buckets.
Doors, you can just see in Isaac Okoro the confidence he's gained since his rookie year.
Kevin, he's always had tremendous confidence on the defensive end. I mean, he's a lockdown defender at multiple positions. What you're seeing develop is more belief in his jump shot. And that confidence comes because he's been willing to put in the work.
Now, here's Garland. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Now, Wiggins, after Jared Allen missed from long range. And stolen by Mobley. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
That's what you call great instincts and being opportunistic on the defensive end. Nice steal by Mobley.
The Heat trailed by 4. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Wiggins in the post. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ivy. Miami no good on that time either. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Mitchell. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. And here are the Heat. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Here's Ivy. Pass to Adebayo. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And smart pick and roll play by Ivy. He saw a chance to open things up for a teammate and took it.
Now, Okoro. Back to Garland. driving inside. And the shot is good.
That's what we call a savvy move, folks. Darius Garland can get anywhere he wants using his instinct and his skill.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Ivy. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Beyond the arc. And Okoro pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 4. On the wing, Mitchell. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Boy, how quick from the touch to the release for Donovan Mitchell. Look out, defense.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. There's 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now, here's Ivy. And here's Adebayo outside. Kept alive. The shot's good from Gafford.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 5. After this break,
The Cavaliers, 9.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how DeAndre Hunter's doing. David.
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Cavaliers. And this is an unfortunate injury and potentially devastating for them. Right in the thick of the season, this is a major blow. We'll see how this group of players responds going forward. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Mobley is screen. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Mobley's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Cavs.
Boy, everyone seems to want a three-point shot now. Clearly something Evan Mobley is working towards.
Buries it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
So it's the Cavaliers now. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Garland feeling it out a little bit. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Heat making a switch here.
Now in the game, number 2.
Drives to the hoop. Gafford. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
Cavaliers substitution. Tristan Thompson. Dean Wade. Max Struz.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Well, Daniel Gafford has carved out Doris a role in this league with his hustle, his intensity, and his rim protection.
All of those things you just mentioned, Kevin, are skills. He plays hard on both ends. Gafford can defend the paint. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to run the floor. Listen, figure out how you can fit and do your job.
Here's Garland. Pass to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Garland, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, when you think about what Daniel Gafford brings to the floor, it's length, it's athleticism, it's the vertical threat at the rim. But for me, it's about grit and toughness, too.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Merrill can't hit.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
Down low. Second chance shot. And it's Struz missing. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams will make substitutions.
Let's go!
1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. Rozier with the ball. No scoring in this one. Covington with it. Guarded now by Okoro. Here's Marshall. And he makes good on the layup.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Here's Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Pass to Covington from outside the arc. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, Covington has made himself a viable and legitimate three-point shooter. How about that one?
The shot by Mitchell, no good. So Rozier will bring it up for the Heat. It's a 3-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
The drive by Mitchell. The 3-ball. Again, Mitchell missing. It's deflected. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
It's all tied in Miami. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
Mobley outside. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Covington. Miami trailing. And here's Ivy. Takes it out to Covington. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Covington's got 11 points.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
The assist.
Oh, my goodness, the size and athleticism of Evan Mobley. What a sight to behold.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And, Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And, Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Isaac Okoro.
Cavaliers leading.
1. Now in the game.
Here's the screen. At the top of the key, Mitchell. Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
With the drive. Ivy with the bucket.
And this is what you want Ivy doing, attacking lanes to the rim with confidence.
To the middle. With some arc. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo, high post. Pass to Ivy. No good from outside. The wide open look here for Garland. Buries the long-range jumper. Garland's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, nice rise and fire from range by Darius Garland. The three-point shot so highly valued.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Substitution on the court.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Hands it from downtown. Adebayo's got his 3rd basket of the night.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Here's Garland. Up and in on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
I love when Ivy is aggressive on offense because he's so effective playing downhill.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. .151 left to play in the third. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
2nd team foul.
Here's Garland. He's got 9. Mobley outside. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Still in his early 20s, Doris, Evan Mobley is such a great player. So long, athletic. I know you love his play.
I certainly do, Kevin. And there's a lot of reasons why you begin on the defensive end of the floor. Great shot blocker, can guard on the perimeter, and he continues to work and expand his offensive game. This guy's future is so bright.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And Cleveland making a change here.
In for the Cavaliers.
107 left to play in the third. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Emphatic finishes are becoming routine for Mr. Gafford.
Outside Garland. Mitchell outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
The shot by Ivy, no good.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Allen outside. Pass to Garland. Pocket 6. Shoots a 3. Allen, that's good. Allen's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
Jared Allen simply getting more and more comfortable. How about the rise and fire and the catch and shoot? Okay.
Right wing. Eason gets a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oh, big time play.
And he nails it.
Your Miami Heat.
OMG. That's how you silence a crowd.
38.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Heat trailed by 3. Now, Ivy. It's Covington on the wing. Adebayo the screen. Back to Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And Bam Adebayo hits from deep. Adebayo's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Miami. Outside Garland. Got a piece of it. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Miami has possession. Trailing by 2. Up top, Adebayo. Pass to Covington. Wiggins outside. Back to Covington. It's Wiggins at the top of the key. Clock at 4. And deep Adebayo. And it's Strus with the rebound. Mitchell outside. Now, here's Garland. And he drives in. Great D that time from Adebayo. Ivy with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Here's Ivy. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Erik Spoelstra address the team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient on the offense. Make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Let's get an update on Evan Mobley. David, what's his status?
Guys, I was able to catch up with Cleveland's head athletic trainer. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. And this team came into the season with some high hopes. It's not the way they wanted to start things off. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
No, I mean, this is a big blow, and it will force the team to make some adjustments, not just in terms of personnel in the court, but in terms of strategy.
The Heat trailed by 6. Ivy with it. To the paint. There's Covington. Back to Ivy. It's good from long range.
Big time buckets is what everyone wants to see from Ivy. He has to attack without hesitation in those situations.
Kicks it out to Allen. No one near him. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Adebayo the screen. And here's Ivy. Pass to Wiggins. Out left to the wing. He's in with it. Garland picks him up. Miami needs to get a shot off. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Over in the corner, Allen. Pass to Strus. Mitchell outside. Over in the corner, Allen. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Okay, Mr. Allen, I did not know the three-point shot was in your bag. Nicely done.
It's it out to Covington. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And here's Garland for 3. No good. This miss, number 4 in 10 shots.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Eason. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And again, it's the Heat missing. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus. Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Here's Adebayo. Allen defending. Poke loose. And slam dunk by Ivy. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Mitchell. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.